Good evening, everyone. Those stories coming up in just a moment. First, some clouds and even a few showers in our region. Breaking news just into our newsroom. Authorities in Pulaski County are searching the Ohio River right now for a man they believe to be dead. Yeah, Mark, it's a really scary situation out here. Just take a look at this sinkhole. Massive, at least 20 feet wide. They've spent all day handing out these flyers all across town, searching for Patrice. There are about 1,000 of these flyers. Rain, though, is that going to wash out any maybe allergens that are there? I'm asking for a friend.
Yeah, right, I've noticed.
So what should you do if you think you've downloaded a malicious app? Well, first, experts say delete it. That's why crews are hard at work pumping out water from in town back out into the Mississippi River. This is the fence around their pool. As you can see, it's all been knocked down, and their home, the roof, has been ripped off. There's lots of preparations going on right now, including preparing the food for all the hungry folks that are coming out here to welcome home those 65 veterans. One of those is this food truck here. This is the Red Onion, and just take a close look at this. It smells as good as it looks, guys. We don't want to leave you hanging, John, so there we go. All right.
I wasn't going to call you out.
Good evening. We will get to those stories in just a moment after a check of weather.
In the clear yet.
Yeah, they really could use some relief. News 3's meteorologist John Ross is in East Cape Girardeau tonight for us. And John, is there any feeling of relief right now that the river is starting to fall? Following up now on the happy reunion for the Dotson family. 7-year-old Patrice got to go back to being a kid today. Now, this comes after a pretty scary 20 hours when she was missing in Carbondale.
That's right. She enjoyed. Looking
ahead now to some upcoming road construction. If you take I-57 to work, listen up, you could see some delays. Work will start Monday night, June 17th, on the bridges near milepost 85. That's between Mount Vernon and Ina. From 7 p.m. to 7 a.m., one lane of traffic will be closed and lane shifts will be in place. All lanes will be open during the daytime hours. Drivers will need to reduce speed and use caution, of course, during that nighttime work. Looking for some free fun this summer? We'll just head on over to Perry County. The DuQuoin State Fair dropped their admission fee.
Big boost to the community.
That's right. We have told you before about a Colorado developer's plans to bring several new businesses to town. He gave us an up-close look at his vision. Swope says each location he plans to develop will have room to expand if other businesses want to join in on his efforts to give a boost to Cairo. Well, hey, Father's Day is just a few days away. Very excited about that, Dave?
It is my day, yeah.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Well, many of us are still busy trying to get that perfect gift. Still ahead, how a social media giant wants to help you become a blood donor and where you can give the gift of life this weekend.
But first,
stacks of debris pile up quickly. What a tornado ripped apart Thursday, piece by piece, was picked up Friday.
This is pretty much the direction the tornado came through.
Mark Holmes' house took a direct hit.
You know, the neighbor, when he first called, said it looked like part of the roof was gone, and I was thinking, well, that won't be too bad. I'll go check on it. And then, of course, once I turned in the driveway, it was like, oh, that's a little bit more than a little roof.
From downed fencing and tree limbs on the outside.
The dining room set was a wedding gift from my mom and dad.
To shattered windows and belongings thrown everywhere inside.
It's hard to imagine even building it back.
But Holmes is staying positive.
The good Lord's always been good to me, so there's probably a purpose. But who knows? I'm probably not the worst damaged house, I imagine.
About a dozen homes have a similar scene. Debris such as shingles and glass and much bigger items just scattered throughout their yards. While these homeowners tell me this is a devastating scene, they say it's their neighbors who are helping them get through it.
It's just a blessing to have everybody here.
10-year-old Lily rolled up her sleeves to help here.
My grandparents' house has just been there all my life, and I just didn't want it to be destroyed.
The tornado tore off the roof and toppled this large tree. Lily's grandfather was home at the time.
My first reaction was I started crying, and I just had to see my grandparents, and so when I knew they were okay, I just started helping them.
He was very shaken up.
Larry McGregor's dad also experienced that frightening moment.
The door had blew open, and he saw just a piece of board, whatever, from the neighbor's house just flying, whatever, and next thing you knew, it hit. He was keeping that door closed, just hanging on for dear life.
But no one inside any of these homes was hurt.
The Lord was watching him, I guess. So it's a miracle.
The focus now is on recovery. The long process just getting underway.
I mean, it's bad. Don't get me wrong, it's bad, but you know, there's always tomorrow and nobody's hurt. Yeah. So, like I said, we'll rebuild, we'll go on. Life's a 4-letter word, so don't ever forget that.
In Paducah, Carolyn Cerda, News 3.
Oh, absolutely, Mark. This is definitely the happy ending. Family, friends, and a bunch of volunteers had been praying for and working to find all day and last night as well. Now tonight, the family is finally all together after a terrifying 20 hours apart, and it was a joyous reunion.
Tight hugs and sweet kisses.
Everybody missed you so much.
The Dotson family is overjoyed to once again hold 7-year-old Patrice in their arms.
Are you happy you're with your family?
Yep.
The second grader, whose family says has a mental disability, now back home, the place she disappeared from nearly 24 hours earlier.
No, I haven't slept, but I can go to sleep now.
Patrice's mother, Sinceria Dotson,
I'm blessed.
Says a sense of relief fell over her the moment she was reunited with her daughter.
I just ran over there. She was just excited to see me as I was to see her.
I'm so excited that she's alive and well. She's a little beat up, but I thank God she's alive.
Patrice's grandfather drove 6 hours down from Chicago Monday night the moment he learned she was missing. And he wasn't alone.
If you are a volunteer, I need you to sign in, please.
In addition to police, more than 100 volunteers band together to search for Patrice.
They were coming from everywhere. There were people here from last night. When I got here 2 o'clock in the morning, stayed with us to about 9 o'clock. Then a new group came in.
And their efforts paid off. Just before 2 Tuesday afternoon, a volunteer found Patrice about 2 miles from her home in a wooded area, unharmed.
Say thank you, everybody.
Now that the frantic search is over, the healing begins.
Try to help Patrice overcome this traumatic experience.
An experience that couldn't wipe away this little girl's smile.
She has a very loving and happy spirit, so this little bump in the road for her, it didn't kill her. It didn't kill her spirit at all. She still remains the happy person that she is, and this situation couldn't break her.
In Carbondale, Carolyn Cerda, News 3.
This is so exciting.
From Rush Limbaugh,
Promises made,
to Sean Hannity,
promises kept,
and Ivanka Trump.
Hi, Missouri.
It's like a rock concert, kind of, you know.
Thousands packed inside the Show Me Center Monday night, including Chester, Illinois natives Joe and Roger Cloth, who were attending their third rally.
We went to Springfield first, and then we went to the Murfreesboro one, and then we came here.
They come to see these big Republican names.
Well, we want to show our support. We love Trump.
Including President Donald Trump.
Tomorrow, the people of Missouri are going to send Josh Hawley to the United States Senate.
Those big names all here to help Republican challenger Josh Hawley clinch one of 35 Senate seats up for grabs Tuesday.
Josh is a young, incredible guy with tremendous talent. He will serve this country so well.
Hawley is in a hotly contested race with incumbent Democratic Senator Claire McCaskill.
You know, Senator Claire McCaskill said that she could give up a few votes in the Boot Hill. Did you hear that?
The latest poll puts the two neck and neck within a margin of error contest. The goal Monday night?
You have only one choice, Josh Hawley.
Motivate the Republican base to head to the polls and push Hawley over the edge.
Thank you.
With the backing of the president.
He's just really good. He's just exciting, and he shows a lot of energy, and I think it's the night before the election. We need it.
In Cape Girardeau, Carolyn Cerda, News 3.